Okay, now let's look at the question. I don't know if you can see. Let me just try and zoom in a bit, a bit. Come on, buddy. There you go. We have the graph 2x squared minus 7x minus 4. Before you even attempt to answer questions of the graph, first thing we have to do is analyze this graph. Okay, we'll analyze on this piece of paper, and we're going to use this thin pen of mine. Remember what I said, the graph takes on the shape y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. If a is positive, remember we said the graph will be smiling. Right. There we can see that a is positive, so the graph will be smiling. However, we now realize that q or c, whatever, you can use q or c depending on how you like it, is negative. What is q? Remember we said q is the y-intercept. This means if you were to draw this graph, which we are not going to do, I'm going to have to show you how you draw it. If you have to draw this graph, you will realize that when at minus 4, the graph will meet with the y-axis at minus 4. It's going to meet there. Okay. First question there says, determine the form of f. It's a parabola, quadratic, whatever you may say. Now, a point I did not make in the previous video is the point of the x-intercept. If I did make it, forgive me. But I'm repeating it because I don't think I made that point. Now, we have the graph. I'm going to draw any form. Doesn't matter what form of graph you have because x stays the same. I mean, the formula will stay the same. Okay. The x-intercept, sorry. Come young, behave. There we go. The x-intercept is where y is 0. Now, there's y. So we have 3, 2, and then we have 1. Then we have 0. Do you guys see 0 there? Then we have 0. Now, if you look there, there's the x-intercepts. And there's the x-intercepts. Can we all agree that this will be on the line or on the point where y is 0? So if you were to write the coordinate of your x-intercept, it would be x, 0, whatever x is, because y is 0. Now, if we take the equation y equals to ax squared plus bx plus c, and we equate this thing to 0, now we go back to algebra. See, when you say algebra is everywhere? If you cannot factorize, I encourage you to use this. That is how we will find the x-intercept. Then we'll develop theory as we go through this question. Now, in the question, I hope you guys saw that we were given the graph y is equal to 2x squared minus 7x minus 4. And the first question after asking the form for the graph is where f of x is equal to 0. Remember what I said, or what I used to say in class, is f of x is the same as y. When they say f of x is equal to 0, they're actually asking for where y is equal to 0. And we just discussed that that is what you're going to use to get the x-intercept. So if you cannot factorize this, if you cannot factorize this, please use the formula. So now we're going to have to go and say, okay, y is 0, that is y. So now we're going to say 0 is equal to 2x squared minus 7x minus 4. And we are going to put it into the formula. I'm not going to write the formula again as it is there, but please write the formula as you're going to get a mark for writing the formula. Correct substitution. We have negative 7 plus minus negative 7 squared minus 4a, and a is 2, and c negative 4. Just extend the root over 2a. Now a is 2, so that's going to be like that. Then you just plug it in the calculator and we should find a damn answer. Okay, so we have, don't know if you're going to see it. No, you can't see it. Now after the long and tedious process of clicking in buttons, you're going to get x is 4 and x is negative a half or negative 0,5. Remember when we spoke in class about the straight line? I said, if your values are perfect decimals, the beautiful decimals, write it in decimal form for accuracy. But if you get a flippant answer of x is negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 10 flippant beat, please write it in fraction form. Okay. Then the next question asks us to calculate f of 0. Now, quick theory. F of x is like the nth term of an equation. We say it's 2x squared minus 7x minus 4. Because the value for x is x. See that? F of 2 is equal to, now they're giving us the value of x. 2 squared minus 7 times 2 minus 4. And you're going to get whatever answer you get there. Now, what they wanted was f of 0. Let's go back to theory. Do you have to punch in the calculator? No, you do not. Because f of 0 means x is equal to 0. What is x is equal to 0? Y-intercept. So I don't even have to go press long buttons in the calculator. We come back here. 2 times 0 squared is 0. Minus 7, 0 times 0 is 0. What I'm left with? Negative 4. My answer is negative 4. Alright. Following question is determine or calculate the turning point. Now, there is a beautiful, nice formula for the turning point, which is TP, which is turning point, and write a small subscript there to say x. I'll tell you why. Is equal to negative b over 2a. This is, you should know this. This won't be given to you. Why we're writing subscript x? The x there is to remind you that whatever answer we're going to find here, that is the x coordinate of my turning point. Let me remind you of the equation. The equation we had was y is equal to 2x squared minus 7x minus 4. Okay? That is b. That is 2 times a. So this is going to be equal to negative bracket negative 7, close the bracket, over 2 times 2. And you will find after the tedious journey of pressing buttons and buttons, you get an answer of 7/4. Now, 7/4 can be written as a lovely decimal, 1,75. That is x. So this means we need to find coordinates x and y. So far we have x is 1,75. Okay, but now we have a x value. Now we're going to go back to our graph there, and we are going to rewrite the graph and say f of 7/4. That means we have given a set x value, right? A set x value, that's what of x means. And we are going to substitute that into 2 bracket 7/4 squared minus 7 bracket 7/4 minus 4. After pressing numbers and numbers and numbers, we find that f of 7/4 is equal to -81/8, right? Which can be rewritten is -10,125. So which means the coordinate for the turning point will then be 1,75 and -10,125. If you want to, you can write that in fraction form, but I'm not going to do that. Then let us find the range. Y is an element. Now, we said when the graph is having a positive a value there, as you can see too, the graph is smiling, which means if the graph is smiling, we will then begin with the y value for the turning point. But we know that value, so we're going to give it a square bracket, -10,125, up until, now look, it's smiling, it's happy chappy, it's positive. We know that value, we wrote it there. This graph is going to carry on going till the heavens. So we say positive infinity. But we don't know what is infinity. Now, domain. Remember we said domain is how far right or left the graph goes. We do not know how far right or left the graph goes. So we say it is negative infinity up until positive infinity. This is my homework to you guys. Your homework will be using the graph f of x is equal to negative x squared negative 4x plus 21. Please find y-intercept, x-intercept, coordinate for turning point, range, as well as domain. Thank you for watching.